Hello everybody, welcome to your daily pop of positivity. As you might have noticed yesterday, I wasn't able to upload. I had really pressing matters, and I thought what I'll do too is I'll start to give myself a break on a weekend and maybe just do Saturday or a Sunday post, perhaps not both days, because I'm really kind of cycling up in my work and I really want quality over quantity, and I want to do it when I feel compelled to. If I ever feel like I have to, I feel like the readings are different. So I was really excited. This is the first thing I'm doing when I woke up. I was having really neat dreams, and it was mostly about mindful practices of gratitude and knowing that we are all enough, that we can commit to our intentions, no matter how little they may be, because I know I definitely pressurize myself with work. I shouldn't go into my DMs and my emails when I first wake up, because I'll have all these people, if they have PTSD, anxiety, they're like, oh, I need help, I need this and that. And then all of a sudden, if I'm not grounded enough, I can feel like I don't have a healthy enough detachment. I feel this urgency. I take on some of their, sense of urgency and anxiety. And I feel like, oh, I have to solve all this. And what I realized is what I really need to do is take a deep breath and protect myself. Find what's important. What's important is that I'm in a really good head state and mental stability place. So when I am dealing with them and some of their problems and anxieties, I'm healthily detached and I am protecting my energy as well. So for you guys, what this may mean too is what is important right now. Do you have health issues? Do you need to maybe stretch, walk, and exercise more? Are you having digestion issues? Do you need to take a look at what you're eating? I know sometimes if I'm just doing mindless eating, which is, grabbing whatever out of the fridge, I get too hungry and stuff. I don't feel as well as when I plan stuff out. Like, listen, I'm going to have a good protein. I'm going to have a good vegetable. I'm going to stretch and do this. So also what's important right now for me too is family time and carving that out. And now I'm trying to strike a nice balance with that as well. Movie time and all of that, which luckily for me means putting down my devices and less work, because I really can do it from the time I wake up till I go to sleep. So some of you guys, if you're always on your devices and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to figure this out and that, especially, independently employed people with their own businesses, they're always, trying to make sure that all their interests are handled and that everybody is getting what they need when they need it, but not pressurizing yourself, like pacing yourself and knowing time, really get a hold on time and feel like it's linear. So how I start is I start with feel like I'm so grateful that I have these businesses and this equipment to work with and all these resources. So it's one of these things when we're like this, our life feels like it brims with unique potential, and that's what we need to focus on. Because when we hold in this feeling of gratitude, it really acts like a magical open sesame, to the floodgates of abundance. And when we have a playful sense of detachment, like it comes when it comes, I'm going to find all little miracles along the way. And what happens is our intentions come forth into reality with little effort because we've let it go. It's almost like if you keep checking on that, is it coming? Has it arrived? Where's that message? Or where's that bank draft? Or where's that other resource that I need or whatever? You're pressurizing yourself. So have a healthy detachment. Right now, really contemplating how being in the energy of enough makes you feel, because that's important. Then with that, what really matters to you and what's important will come forth. Hey, I've been a little neglectful with my family, or my yard looks like it needs a mow. I need to look at my finances. Whatever it is will kind of just like bubble lightly to the surface, and it won't feel like it's thrust right in your face. You can take it easy and take a deep breath and be like, okay, now I've allowed time for this. And I just want to put another card on top of that when we go to this self-gathering your power 100%. Now, how do we do that? How do we get in that beautiful kind of like perfect harmony, togetherness, healthy and harmonious partnerships with ourselves, committing to what matters to us? Now, how I gather my power is I ground myself, right? Take a deep breath. I focus on what I feel good about, first of all, because that bolsters me. It makes me feel good. Not what I'm lacking, not what time it is, any of that. What makes me feel good and what am I looking forward to? The little things. Like I say in the morning, I look around, I'm like, yeah, I get to go see all my crazy animals. I get to do wonderful readings. I get to connect with all my great viewers and my family. And we've been having movie nights, which is really good. Then I start to gather my power. Like now I have this foundation and I know that my best feelings and vibrations are up there. So that's healthy. And it brings me into alignment with other people now. And I get in this kind of like beautiful harmony, and nothing overpowers me, not somebody else's will, wants, or necessities, right? And I always keep eyes out for my subconscious, which is conditioned by previous hurts and experiences. Like, oh my gosh, I remember when I said I would do this and I didn't do it. It gave me anxiety. Just take a breath. We're conditioned to feel like we have felt before because we might not be aware of the fact. But let's get consciously aware, right? That's how we step back into our power. You don't owe anybody anything. Just because somebody else has a sense of urgency or wants something now doesn't mean you were put on this earth to facilitate all their needs, right? It doesn't even matter if it's your own child and they're hungry, if they're yakking, when are we eating? When are we doing this? Take a deep breath, find your power and be like, this is my skill set. I'm applying myself and my energy to do this. So I don't need to rush and I don't need to feel like I have all this like tabs open and I'm bouncing from thing to thing. I'll give you like just a very simple example. You wake up a little bit for work and then all of a sudden, instead of taking a deep breath and getting grounded and going, when I'm calm and I approach this, I'm going to be more methodical and my head will be screwed on right. I'll get in the shower, I'll grab some food and a cup of coffee, deep breaths, do what I have to do, and I will get there. This happens, instead of I'm going to tear us and cut all these corners, you're dropping stuff, you're flipping out, you're worrying about what other people are going to think. That's the first thing you should do too. Take that thought out of your head about what other people are going to think about you being late, because then you rush in traffic, you do all these things. It doesn't matter. Whatever they're going to say and feel, they're still going to say and feel, but you're not going to change that by hurrying yourself and you feeling less than or beating yourself up. Get into your power, and when you walk into that building, walk with your head up, just do what you feel comes naturally to make you feel good. Apologize. I'm sorry I didn't wake up on time. Let's begin, just one of those, just power through. Don't apologize over and over. And certainly don't acquiesce to feeling less than because hell, everybody wakes up late or has issues with time. And I feel like the more you just own it, it's done. Now let's move on. You really step into the power. Same thing if you ever make some kind of mistake, business, friendship wise, whatever, if the wrong thing gets, just say, you are a real estate agent and you get to the door and you don't have the proper keys for it, and you have to then run back to the office and your client has to wait for 15 minutes or whatever. It's like you don't all of a sudden just lose your mind and fall into a puddle and feel like you're the worst person ever. Mistakes happen. You own your power and you say, oh, it seems I have the wrong key. I'm very sorry. I'm going to go run another. Is that okay with you? Do you have enough time? Things like that, just being very forthright. I remember about a year ago, I had somebody helping me because I had a lot of jewelry packages out and 2 of the orders got reversed. They both had the same first name. And I know my clients and they're great and there wasn't any big deal. And it's one of those things, I don't beat myself up. I know that accidents and things get misplaced. All we do is we move on from there and we rectify the situation. So that's another way to gather your power. Rectify the situation as best you can. But breathe in and know you're just as valuable as everybody else. Your time is just as valuable. Your work has meaning and value. And you're special, and don't ever beat yourself up, especially if you have that person that's really leaning in and they're like, they thrive on that. Like, oh, I love when people have to apologize or grovel, those real narcissistic times. That's when you do it even less. And if you can be aware and hone into that type, you don't even do that at all. You excuse yourself immediately and get about your day because you don't need to be in that energy. Now, I love this because you're going to give yourself a second chance, whatever happened. I feel that this reading is really meant for people that feel like they haven't met up to their standards. They might have had certain kind of dates or times that they were meant to finish a project, whatever it is, to get certified in something, whatever it is, to do something for somebody. Could be a university, a family, a business. Give yourself a second chance. Time is time. And you probably want things done well and professionally. And that takes time, right? Instead of cutting those corners and racing the line going done, just give yourself a break. You're beautiful. You deserve a break. Don't keep just rushing and producing and feeling like you have to do and be more. You're perfect as you are. Just let your life be enhanced by beautiful moments. And the fact that you're out there trying and doing it all tells you something. There are people in this world that are happy to sit on their couch, collect government checks, and do absolutely nothing. So think of what you're doing in comparison to that. And if you're doing that right now because you're disabled or you're going through anxiety, no knock to you. I mean, I know sometimes I have so much sympathy and love for people that have anxiety, especially social anxiety. And if you're doing that, that's fine. But I mean, people that just don't care about anything in general except for their own kind of self-gratification, that type of thing, like the world owes me, that type of thing, that kind of energy. So know that, you deserve a second chance in anything too, that mistakes happen or time gets away. Really step back into this power and be like, I can do this. And I just want to put this last one down there. Restore hope and healing, because that is coming for you. You're going to feel better about who you are and where you're going. There is always hope. And how I reground and center and look for that is I start with gratitude. I look around and I see what is working. What have I created? What majestic, cool, groovy things have I initiated? And then I realize, hey, I can empower myself to do that again. It is no big deal. And then I initiate that, and then it's off and running, and then I feel good about what's taking place. So that's your daily pop, you guys. You are the absolute best. I'm going to go upload.